This stamp is one of the several differences between a US and a Euro-spec F40. This is the 1991 Ferrari F40, one of the most iconic Ferraris of all time. But there are some key differences here at the front between the US and the Euro-spec cars. There was a 5-mile-an-hour impact law in the United States, so therefore the US spec F40s had to have this bumperette and this splitter put on the bottom. In my opinion, I think US spec F40s look a little bit more aggressive than the Euro spec ones. Also down here at the bottom, where the tow hook is, it's through the grille on the US spec car, whereas on a Euro spec, there's a hole right here in the bumper that you can see. Per regulation, US cars had to have front and rear side markers. Let us know if you want us to do a video on this Enzo. Here's that rear side marker right here. But if we go to the back of the car, US cars featured a third brake light, whereas the Euro cars did not. But the Euro cars had rear fog lights, which sat right here and right here. Again, due to impact regulations, the US spec F40 also had a bumperette on the back. The F40 logo is only on the passenger side of the car, and it's not on the driver's side. Ferrari felt that if it was on the driver's side, it would look like the logo was pointed backwards and it wouldn't go along with the speed of this car. I've elected the help of Sean to hold up the clamshell for me. Say hi, Sean.
Hello.
But the US spec F40s were heavier than the Euro spec F40s because, again, due to regulation, Ferrari had to strengthen the chassis, and you can see a strengthening bar right here of the US spec cars. The engines were more or less the same, whereas the US cars had to have catalytic converters. The suspension, the brakes, steering were all the same, except for the fuel pumps. US cars had submersible fuel pumps, whereas Euro cars had external fuel pumps. I think Sean did his exercise for the day. Although very similar on the inside, the US and the Euro cars were slightly different. Euro cars had bucket seats with 3-point harnesses, whereas the US cars had automatic belts, very typical of the 90s. As this was a 1991, this car came with air conditioning, and the air conditioning was really made for the US cars. Let us know if you like the US spec or the Euro spec F40 more in the comments below. And for unique cars and car stories, be sure to follow us.